What is up, Hype Nation? Strange. Don't know what came over me there. Hello, everyone. You can call me Buster. And have I got something special for you today? This is Puzzle League running on the Game Boy Advance, but this is not the Dr. Mario and Puzzle League 2-in-1 game pack. Well, not entirely. You see, this is the demo within the game that you could send to another Game Boy Advance by using the link cable. But Buster, I hear you say, in that case, how come the title screen music is different? Well, I'm glad you asked. Sound familiar? Yes, it turns out this obscure GBA demo uses the same title screen music as Panel de Pon from Nintendo Puzzle Collection, a Japan-exclusive GameCube game released in 2003. This version of the game was originally intended for release on the Nintendo 64, but it was cancelled partway through development. Meanwhile, the game was being localized for English-speaking territories into what eventually became Pokemon Puzzle League. But that's a story for a different video. For now, I want to mess around with this demo for a bit. For those uninitiated, Puzzle League is a match 3 game where your goal is to score points by clearing away blocks. When you match 3 blocks of the same color, they'll disappear after a short delay, causing any blocks above them to fall. If you match more than 3 at once, you're awarded some bonus points. This is called a combo. And last and most importantly, it's possible to chain matches together, as seen here. This can be done for as long as you can make it happen. This is how you rack up the big points. The stack will slowly rise from the bottom as you play the game, and if it touches the top of the screen, it's game over. However, if you want, you can use the L or R button to raise the stack much more quickly. Now that we're all on the same page, why don't we see what this sweet rabbit bear thing has to say about marathon mode, shall we? Well, let's see here. No matter how well you play, you can't keep going forever. Oh, the sweet rabbit bear, I do believe you're underestimating my power. Chains give the most points, and they're very cool looking. Well, that's just overall true, as you're about to see in a moment. If you earn over 10,000 points, then you're on your way to stardom. Oh, I'm sorry, did you say 10,000 points? That's cute. Let's begin, shall we? By the way, the rabbit bear thing is named Poopery. Prepare to hear that name a lot. Now, Puzzle League always starts you off with the right amount of blocks to even off the stack, so I'm going to start by doing that. Then I'm going to purposefully raise the stack as high as I can to get more blocks to work with. And now, we chain. Alright, so there's a 4 chain, we're already up to a 5 chain, set up for the next chain. Now I'll go ahead and move these over just like so. Yep, that worked out pretty well. Ooh, that's not a problem, I can just move that over here, move this over here. Okay, now I'll just move these green blocks over. I can set up the stars right here, and some diamonds and some more stars up here. Really quite boring, to be honest. And now I believe I've run out of blocks, and oh, that's a 17 chain. Oh, not bad. Not quite my personal best. How many points is that? Oh, nearly 20,000. That is how much? Double what it asked for to begin with, and in less than a minute, I might add. Now I know what you're thinking. Buster, you're so good at this game. How did you become such a puzzle legend? Well, truly all it takes is years of experience, years of practice, and an unnaturally childlike obsession with brightly colored blocks. Some of you may also be wondering, Buster, why did you get so good at a game that hasn't had a proper new release since 2007? And to that I say, you're banned from my channel. You see, I simply don't need that kind of negativity in my life, and as you're being a proponent of negativity, I feel fit to see you gone. Goodbye. I, for one, am very patiently looking ahead to the time when we do get a new game in series. And when that time comes, I'm sure the game will become very prominent in the esports circuit. And it is then that you'll be sorry you ever mocked me as I win championship after championship, trophy after trophy, in this action puzzle game about adorable little flower fairies. What? Well, now, I suppose you're jealous. After all, what, who are you?
No, move.
Unhand
Get out
me,
of the chair.
fiend!
Get out,
no,
move,
no.
move!
Sorry about that. That was British Buster. He appears whenever I do something I feel like I'm really good at. My bad, I'm sorry you had to see that. Anyway, let's move on. Since I'm continuing to play despite hitting the target score within the first 30 seconds, I've obviously had a separate goal for this playthrough from the start. Specifically, I want to hit the max score, which is 99,999 points. It's not too tough an achievement to go for at this level, and it's a pretty popular speedrunning goal as well. It does, however, take a good few minutes to achieve, and I'm not sure I can keep up entertaining commentary for that long, so I hope you don't mind me skipping around to some of the more interesting bits. Now, Puzzle League may look like it comes down to nothing more than raw skill and speed, but there are actually a few little tricks you can pull off with enough practice. Many of them nearly frame perfect, if not actually frame perfect. Take for example this situation here. On its own, it's not going to chain, right? However, if you're quick enough, it's possible to get this bottom block into position by moving it 2 spaces over before the upper block gets a chance to fall down. This opens up a pretty fancy looking option to extend a chain where you otherwise wouldn't be able to. And here's what it looks like at full speed. Pretty nifty, huh? I pulled off this trick pretty commonly throughout my run. It's not too difficult to get consistently with practice, and I've practiced it a lot, so it's no surprise I'm able to do it most of the time. It's a great technique to learn because you could run into situations where your chain might otherwise end prematurely without it. It also helps to squeeze just one extra link into your chain at the very end, which is important when you're trying to get a really high score as quickly as possible. But then again, I'm making it look easy. This is a frame-perfect trick, and there are always going to be times where everything goes wrong and stuff like this happens. Whoops, let me try that again. Oh, no, okay, alright, let me prepare. No, okay, go, come on! Anyway, I like to refer to this move as the quick step. I've seen some people in the community refer to it as stealth due to the fact that you can actually sneak a block past where it would otherwise be a match by using the same button input. But I like quick step better. I would. Because then you can say you're quick stepping the block past a match. Plus, you know, it just sounds cooler for when the person who's commentating on the match says it.
Oh, and Buster quick steps it for the chain. That's gonna put some real pressure on his opponent.
I'm not sorry. Like I said before, this game actually has a number of frame-dependent tricks you can do besides the quick step. For example, what I like to call a catch, where you move a block at just the right time so that it's actually holding up 2 blocks above it simultaneously. There's also the move that I've dubbed the ninja catch, or the snatch, since you snatch the 3rd block needed for a chain right out of the air while it's falling. In my opinion, this is one of the most difficult tricks to pull off, but dang if it doesn't look cool. Another really cool one, which I was only able to learn about thanks to the community, is the airwalk. It works on the same principle as the snatch, in that you move a block while it's in midair. It's definitely cool, but unfortunately I haven't been able to find any practical use for it. Besides using it to serve up a course of epic swag, that is. Ahem. Anyway, getting back to the game I was playing, seems like we've nearly reached the score cap I was aiming for. One more good chain. Away with you, charlatan! Oh yes, 'tis good to be back. Though he is a brute, I must thank him for doing nearly all of the hard work for me. But now, it is I, British Buster, who shall hit the 99,999 point mark and receive all of the glory. God save the Queen! I died.